Welcome back everybody, Matt the Man here. Hope you're doing well. This weekend, we had a new romantic comedy out. Did he say a new romantic comedy? Is that like the second romantic comedy so far this year? In the theater? It's a miracle. Yes, there's a new romantic comedy out in the movie theaters. I know that's hard to believe these days. You know, we're not living in the 2000s anymore, people, where romantic comedies were like superhero movies. Almost every month there would be a new one. We're not in those times. Why? I don't know. Because apparently people don't want to get married, people don't want to be romantic, they don't want to date. Women don't want to date anymore. You, me, and Tuscany. This is starring Halle Bailey, not Halle Berry, Halle Bailey, who played the Little Mermaid a couple years ago for Disney. And we also got Reggae John Page from like Bridgerton. I was looking forward to this movie. I like romantic comedies. I've said that before. I grew up with so many romantic comedies in the 90s, 2000s, even going into the 2010s, like She's Out of My League. That's like most women. So, there you go. So I think I was looking forward to it. And to me it's like, hey, we've already got one very good romantic comedy earlier this year, Solo Mio with Kevin James. So now we get another one 2 months later in April. We're on the right track. We're on the right track. And it is also directed by Kat Corio. She did the movie Marry Me back in 2022 with Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson. And that was a romantic comedy. And that was actually a pretty good romantic comedy. So she's directing this movie. And let's get into it. Halle Bailey. I don't know Halle Bailey outside of what I saw from The Little Mermaid. That was my first time seeing her on screen. So, what I can say with this movie, she brings a lot of energy, a lot of fun, charm to the role. I thought she did a really good job as the character. I think she's definitely a presence on screen. She can be funny, she can be heartwarming, romantic, emotional. She's always wanted to be a chef, like her mother, but things happened in life and she never got to do that, so she ended up going to Tuscany and things go on from there. This humor. Even though this movie is rated PG-13, this is very much a hard PG-13 when it comes to the humor. They drop F-bombs, they drop sexual humor. I mean, the language in this movie, you know, are you sure this is PG-13? This is definitely closer to R-rated humor or language than you would expect in a romantic comedy like this. But it's funny, this movie is very funny. And once again, in a romantic comedy, you want the romance, you want the comedy. If you don't get the romance, even if the romance isn't that great, you better get the comedy. And the comedy is very good here. The supporting cast, also with romantic comedies, you not only want the two lead actors, the boy and the girl, the male, female, whatever, you know, science, male, female. You also want the supporting characters to, work. A lot of great romantic comedies, it's also the supporting characters that are great. Whether it's She's Out of My League, with Kristen Ritter being the supporting friend and T.J. Miller, or Knocked Up with all of Seth Rogen's buddies, or Katherine Heigl's sister, played by Leslie Mann. There's something about Mary, Warren. Have you seen my baseball? You always have great characters, supporting characters. And here it's no different. The cab driver, I don't know what they call that in Italy, but in America, the taxi driver, the cab driver, he's awesome. He's a great supporting character. The mom of Matteo, she's really good. I think the aunt slash sister, I wasn't sure, she's hilarious. And you get most of the humor from her and the taxi driver. What was a great supporting cast. All of them were great. I could be in a movie with, I could watch a whole movie with just them. Reggae, John Finch. I think he gets fine in the movie. He plays more of the serious character, even though he is the love interest. But he worked also with Halle Bailey being more cheerful and happy and charming. So it was a nice, you know what I'm talking about. Cinematography, this is filmed in Italy. You get a lot of great vistas, landscapes of Italy, buildings and sunsets, sunrises, plantations, wineries. It looks great, and it looks like they actually shot this. It doesn't have that glossy look to it. It looks like, oh, we actually shot this as if you would have thought this was filmed in the 2000s. What do you know? Kat Coro, the director, I think he did a really good job here. Like it was Marry Me in 2022, and now this movie. She seems to be a really pretty good romantic comedy director. Maybe she'll do more. Maybe she'll become the Nancy Myers of romantic comedies, Something's gotta give. It's complicated. So we'll see. What I also like the last two romantic comedies I saw, Solo Mio and now this, there's no political agenda. There's no political, underlining political message. There's none of that. Maybe in the marketing now, in the marketing they're trying to do that, go see this black romantic comedy. Instead of just saying, go see this romantic comedy because they're dying out for some reason, they gotta put a label on it in the marketing. Go see this black romantic comedy. No, just go see the romantic comedy. Don't, when there's a movie with white people in it, we don't go see this white romantic comedy. No, we say, go see this romantic comedy. So the people trying out there in interviews and all that, they go see this black romantic comedy. No, go see the romantic comedy. Because the movie doesn't have any political agenda. That's what we like. There's no gay characters. Nothing against gay movies or gay characters. I'm just tired of seeing them everywhere in romantic comedies or in TV shows, mostly on Netflix, where every show or movie that's a romantic something or other, we gotta have gay characters. Even if they have no point in the actual story or movie, they just gotta be there. We gotta check the box. Do we have gay characters? Okay. Alrighty then. I like how this movie, and like a Solo Mio, no gay characters, no homo characters, no lesbians, no gay. Okay. Nothing against that, but I've seen a lot of movies, a lot of romantic comedies. Hey, 13 going on 30. Andy Serkis character was gay. Did they make it a main point in the movie? No. They just say, Jennifer Gardner, Jenna Rink says, are you gay? And he just smiles. That's it. We're done. Okay. Or my best friend's wedding. Julia Roberts' friend. He's gay. Do they make it a major point in the movie? No. But we know he's gay. Do we see his gay partner at any point in the movie? No. I own Brokeback Mountain. I own Call Me By Your Name. So, it's nothing about gays in general, just, and there's no point in them being in the movie, don't just use it as, let's check off a box. My negatives. I wish we got more of the friend of Halle Bailey. I don't know if it's her friend or her sister who lives in New York. But we see her in the first half of the movie, but then like the second half and really the third act, she kind of like disappears. And I wish we got more of her. And also the cab driver, he's in the first act, he's in the third act, but there's a good portion in the middle where we don't see him for like 30 minutes. And he was a really fun character. Also, the character of Matteo, the guy who owns the villa in Italy that Halle Bailey goes to and pretends that she's, the fiance of Matteo, he comes off as a stereotypical douchebag, asshole, everything in the book not to do, but as compared to Reggie John Page, who's, the good son, the good one who owns his own cooking, he cooks, he's there for the family, he takes care of everybody, he's a hard worker. You got Matteo, who's not a hard worker, only in what he wants to do, never there for the family, not there for the girl, technically cheating on the girl, and it's just like, it's just a stereotypical antagonist, not really but when you see in a lot of romantic comedies, you got the good guy and the bad guy, and it's just, I wish we gave him more complexity than just, oh, okay, that's it. I thought this was a pretty good romantic comedy. I mean, is it the best comedy in the world? No. But, last time I saw it was like an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Very good. I think you'll have fun with this movie. If you don't do what the marketing is doing, is labeling it a black romantic comedy, you'll enjoy it for what it is. A fun romantic comedy. A lot of fun with this. I would give this a 4 out of 5. It's a nice, charming, well-paced romantic comedy. Does it hit the familiar beat of romantic comedies? Of course. They all do. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Did you see me, and Tuscany? Let me know in the comments below. Matt the Matt. Hit that subscribe button.